Tomorrow I'm going to be trying for the first time the new Anthem. This is the advanced one with the GX group set. It has the same carbon wheels as the Zero, and it has the same carbon one-piece handlebar. It has the Select Plus seat suspension, a fork and shock, which is basically the same as the Ultimate, but just I think 30 grams heavier, but it's the same damper, so it should be exactly the same. This is a demo bike, I'm gonna try it. It weighs 10.85 kilos in a size large. Let me get in a size large. So I'm gonna be trying it, and I'm gonna be comparing it, what I think about it. It has the twin lock, it locks both suspension. It has this grip thingy, I've never tried this. And I'm gonna be comparing it to my Old Faithful, my Blur Trail with the 34 SL damper and the carbon wheels and everything. I think this is a little bit higher build. And so it's the weight of the bike, it was 10.8, and then I'm gonna see how much the 44 grams for the bottle cages and the two pedals, which are the Mullet 7, which are an exact, not Mullet, the trail, Crank Brothers trails. It's 370 grams, so that is about 11 point, I don't know, but that's the weight of the bike. That's it. I just did my first climb, and compared to my All Anthem, this is just the only time I'm gonna be comparing it to the 20, I think it was 2022 when the past Anthem was released, and I used that bicycle for 2 years. I ran some races, some marathon races in it, and I don't think, yeah, I did the BCVR in Canada with that one, and I really like it. But I think this bicycle, I feel it faster. I think it's more responsive. I think it's a little longer. I'm not sure about the geometry. And it feels lighter, a little bit lighter. Even though it's not that light. The weight of the bike, like I showed you in the shop, it was 10.9 kilos, which is without pedals and bottle cages. And and if you put the pedals, which aren't the lightest but aren't the heaviest pedals that I'm using right now, the Mullets, not the Mullets, the Crank Brothers, not the Egg Beaters, the other ones, and the bus, it went up to 11.4 kilos. And my Santa Cruz Blur, my current bike, weighs 11.8 with Axioma power meters, pedals, and it has a beefier build, so it's not that much. A 500 gram penalty for a little beefier bike, it's not that much, even though this bicycle, the new Anthem, it's supposed to be one of the lightest frames in the market from what I read in the internet. But my first 21 minutes of riding the bike, it's fast going up. Another issue that I found has nothing to do with the bicycle, with the shop, is that I thought I wasn't gonna like this lock. I don't know, I didn't even know what to think about this locking mechanism. And it's comfortable. It doesn't get in the way. You don't accidentally lock the thing. It works fine. Right now in pedal, they didn't set it up right because it doesn't lock all the way. I don't know what they did, but it doesn't really matter. With pedal, it's enough. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be trying in technical climbs, descents. I'm going to do a small build kit review, not review, check, because it's not a review. I'm going to show you the parts, what I think about them, and my final thoughts, comparing it to my Santa Cruz, and then maybe a little bit to the old Anthem, but that's not the purpose. Buen día. And that's it. But it's fast. It is fast. It's faster than the old Anthem, and faster than my Blur. Definitely faster than the Blur. Maybe it's because of the tires. Not maybe, it's because of the tires. This one comes with the Aspen, Maxxis Aspen, with a 120 TPI, and I'm using my Recon. I'm using Recon in the front and Recon Race in the back in my Blur. A little more grip needed in some of the trails that I'm riding, and these tires are very fast, so maybe the speed is more related to the tread pattern. But well, I'll show you in a while. Okay, let's find the technical climb. Okay, here comes a small technical climb, just a short one, and I'm going to give you my opinion, how I feel it, the short part. Well, it feels all right. Not much different than the old one, and not technical, steep, more than technical climb. It's all right. Whew. Whew. Pretty much in line. Whew. With these modern cross-country bikes. The geometry changes they did to it, I think, didn't have an impact in the climbing capabilities of the bicycle. So that's a good thing. One other thing I'm not sure I like, two things. One is this one piece handlebar. It looks cool, but it limits the ability to change just a bit the angle of the handlebar. The in-frame cabling, it's gonna be a problem down the line with maintenance. Not a problem, but it's gonna be an inconvenience. And the sound of the pre-off, the ratchet, man, is this loud. Listen to it. I'm not sure what's the engagement point, but I think it's very quick, so it's a trade-off. Oh, and another thing, it's incredibly quiet. Not the hub, the bicycle. Of course, it's the first ride, so it has to be silenced by then. Hola, ¿cómo están? And another thing, these rims are I don't know the model of the rims. They're from Giant, and they're hookless rims with carbon spokes. I read some people criticizing the safety of the rims. I don't think there's a problem. I have a road bike with them and I haven't had a problem, and they're supposed to be as safe as the ones with hooks, and they're incredibly stiff. I think it's because of the carbon spokes. Very responsive. You put the pedal down and this thing rockets forward. And that's something you could really feel the difference between this one and the Blur. The Blur has the reserved carbon wheels with Industry 9 hubs, and these are in-house Giant wheel systems, and they sure feel stiffer and more responsive than the other ones. But once you're moving, you don't really see. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's faster. It's a little bit faster than the other two in the way up. So, let's see how it behaves in other parts of the trail. All the reviews I see, they always talk about everything about the bike, and they never give a good panoramic, or not panoramic, a shot of the bicycle. So I'm going to do that today, just with good lighting, so you can see the tones. Let's see if you can see how the paint job, it's like sort of like, I don't know, it has many different tones. Since this is a demo, I haven't removed the dark plate. I'm sorry, my shadow, it's getting on the way, but you can get a good idea of the bicycle. These are the wheel sets, the ones that I was talking about, with the 30mm hookless profile. You know what I'm liking? These Aspen tires. I know that the brands, they're starting to come out with this gray color, not with the yellow or the orange, I don't know what color, yellow I think it was, of the Maxis. They do that because they want to save some money with the paint, I assume, but they look cool, don't they? This gray Maxis color, and I like the Aspen. I've used them many times. The problem with these tires, they're extremely fragile. The dirt that I have here, in my local trails, is a very generous trail dirt, and you don't get that many punctures. But I took these Aspens to a race in Baja, and I had to change them after just one day because of the amount of punctures that I got. They're just very fragile, and when the roots are very wet, it doesn't have that much grip. But besides that, they're fast, man, they're fast. This is a integrated cockpit. It looks cool, but it has limitations. I'm not sure about the headset thing here. Right now it looks clean, and looks very nice, but with the maintenance, I'm not sure how I'm gonna suffer with the thing. I'm gonna figure out why it doesn't go all the way to the lock position. It's just not working. That's how they gave it to me. And so the seat, it's comfortable. Giant has always done comfortable seats. This is the, it says there, I don't have my glasses, particle flow. The grit, it's the grit model. I don't know, the rails are aluminum, I would think. And the old faithful XT brakes, you don't need anything else. I think this is the sweet spot. The Anthem Zero only has the difference that the suspension is it's a top of the line. It's called an ultimate. No, not ultimate. Yeah, it's ultimate, which is basically the same damper, so it doesn't really matter. Just a few grams. And the SRAM XX SL group set, which it's lighter. And it has the power meter, but I don't like the power meter. You know what I've just discovered? Not discovered, rediscovered. I used to run all the time Crank Brothers, these pedals. And right now I'm using them. But in my Blur, I have SPD because of the Axioma power meters, which I love. I've never seen more reliable power meter in my life than the Axioma. But I don't like SPD as much as I like these Crank Brothers. It's easy to clip, they're more manageable, and they clean better. The SPDs, if you get little rock, no, I don't like them. I wish I could find maybe Soma could make Crank Brothers power meter pedals. They're not going to do it, I know, but yeah, I like them. If I ever decide to stick with this bicycle, or with the Giant or something else, I would definitely use Crank Brothers and find a power meter option solution in the cranks, because I like them very much. Well, okay, I slowed down a little bit the rebound, no, accelerated a little the rebound, and change a little settings. Let's see how it behaves with these little changes. Don't want to rock the bottles. Definitely better than the old Anthem, definitely. I don't know the difference in geometry, but I think it has a slacker head angle and a little longer, and you can tell, and you can really tell. The thing is, I'm trying to compare it with my Santa Cruz, and I don't know, maybe after breaking the suspension and doing a little more setups, could be a little bit more like it. One thing that I've been lately realizing is that RockShox suspensions are way more compliant than Fox. Fox are a little more racier, but as you get older, you want as much more help as you can get. And the suspension, this seat, I think it's a little softer than my Fox 34, even though I need to take a little bit of air out of the fork just feels smoother the first part, the first 20% of the travel. Let's see how this little drop, how it behaves in this little drop. It didn't bottom out, so that's a good thing. Another technical time. Hey, yes. Not the best grip with the tires, but good stuff. Even though I've been riding these trails for more than 20 years, I'm always at awe how beautiful these mountains are. In the morning, the way the light goes through the trees. It's beautiful. And it saves money in therapy. This is the best therapy in the planet. You forget that madmen want to start the Third World War. I think I'm riding in the high position. I have to try it in the low. That's a very... I could feel it back there. Not sure, but I could feel it. You can tell why. It is a nervous puppy in the way down. And it's strange because I've read some reviews and say that this model, it's more downhill ready. Not downhill, it's better for the downhill than the old one. But I guess I'm just used to the Blur, which is, at least in this setting, a bit better than this one in the settings that I have in this bicycle right now. Yep. And don't get me wrong, it's a fast bike. If you let this thing roll, it gets up to speed very fast. It's the bicycle and the tires, but it's a little nervous going down. Another thing I didn't mention, these new Giant OEM dropper posts are so fast, or at least this one is so fast. SRAM access levels so fast. Good bicycle. A little nervous in the downhill, but very manageable. And the geometry feels very good. Feels with good potential. Maybe after a little more setting of the suspension and trying it in the low position. This is gonna be quick, just to finish the video. Back home here, my conclusion about the Anthem, the new Anthem 1. Advanced 1. Better than the old Anthem for climbing, as far as I am concerned. Marginally better, but better. Definitely better going down in the downhill. And if I compare it to my Blur, I think it's better. No, I don't. It's better going uphill. Yeah, definitely it climbs better, but it's not as good in the downhill. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time to try it again, because this is a demo bike. Even though it's the first time it's been used, it's a demo bike. I would have liked to try the suspension a little bit more, to tinkle with the suspension a little bit more, to see if it's a little more compliant, if that's something. But yeah, definitely an improvement from the old one, but I'm not sure I would change my Blur for this one.